in the world is going on with the... Is that the shutter speed? Hold on a second. What is the shutter speed set to? Oh my goodness, it's actually set to... I'm messing with my shutter speed a little bit to make sure that the star doesn't flicker in the background. If I change it to like 80, you'll see it. If I change it back to 100, you won't. 125, you will. This is not where I intended to start this video, but for those of you that have ever wondered how the heck do you not get the flicker in your footage, there are two tricks. One, if you're filming with your phone, I suggest you go to wherever it is you're buying your lights and you actually record on video the different light bulbs in their displays that you could buy, because then you'll see that flicker. Whether or not your phone is going to pick it up, it's a lot harder to make those adjustments on a phone. If you have a real camera, like I've got, sitting on the tripod in front of me right now, it's shutter speed. You just have to have it divisible by the hertz, the refresh rate of the light behind me, basically. And since European electricity runs on 50 hertz, it just needs to be a multiple of that. So a shutter speed of 100 does the trick. That's not where I meant to start this. Now that you've had your terrible lesson in photography from Jay, welcome back to another video this week. I'm feeling a little bit anxious, to be honest. A little bit. I'm going out today. I haven't gone outside since Monday. Monday was the first day that I went out. It was the first day we were allowed to go out. I rode my bike way too far. I went up to Montmartre, back down to the Louvre, over to the Peloton, back to Notre Dame, over to the Peloton again, and then all the way home. I ended up, I think it was like, like 11 miles or something like that, which is quite a lot for my first bike ride, especially including the hill all the way up to Montmartre. But thankfully, I made it. I survived. I didn't eat anything, so I felt pretty terrible for the rest of the day, and then went back out with Prashant and filmed in the evening. Yeah, it took me a couple days to recover from all of that, and now I've got to go back out again because I have a doctor's appointment. Don't worry, I'm not feverish or showing any signs of having the COVID, but I do, I've got a little something going on in the throat that's been, long-standing. They put me on antibiotics for it. Doesn't seem to have worked. And then I wasn't allowed to go out and go back to the doctor this entire time. Before I go to the doctor, I need to get a mask, because I also was not able to buy masks during quarantine because all of the pharmacies that I visited within the limit that I was allowed to travel didn't have them. And now there's a pharmacy, supposedly, I went and tried to buy some yesterday, and they also didn't have them. One of the pharmacists told me that he thought there was a pharmacy down the way that might. All that to say, I'm gonna try and buy a mask today and not just wrap a t-shirt around my face, which is what I was doing when I was going grocery shopping in the past. But the mask situation is one of those things, there's a whole discussion that could be had on it. One of the things I was gonna say, I'll demonstrate. Maybe I should go get the mask first, and then I'll demonstrate one of the reasons why you probably won't see me wearing a mask on video very much, even though I'm definitely gonna be wearing them in situations that demand them. So yeah, let's go let's see if we can go buy some masks. Bonjour madame, est-ce que vous avez des masques?
Masques chirurgicaux à 40 € la boîte de 50, ou masque tissu lavable jusqu'à 10 fois. Donc lavage jusqu'à 10 fois.
Well, that worked out, but first things first. Happy birthday to you. Wow. Obviously important to wash your hands first thing before taking these things out. It'd be pointless to have dirty hands before I touch these. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit. I feel like this is risky for whatever reason, because everything's risky to talk about all this stuff anyway, so please extend a little bit of grace to me. But masks. They had cloth ones. I don't want to buy a bunch of the disposable ones. I'd rather wash and reuse as much as I can. So I got some white, green, and burgundy. So masks. I'll find a couple of good links below to actual experts who can tell you how to properly use a mask. Don't take my word for it. Listen to people that are more intelligent and better educated and have more letters after their name than I do. But the thing about the masks is that if you don't use them properly, their effectiveness decreases significantly from everything that I've read. But they are good, and I would definitely argue that you should use them. I would just ask that you trust that I'm doing everything that I can to be as safe as possible when I do go out. And I'm going to show you why. I'm not going to wear a mask on camera very much. Because this doesn't make for good footage. Can you tell if I'm smiling? If I'm frowning? Can you even tell if I'm really talking right now, or if I've just added audio later? I'm just figuring this mask out in the safety of my own home because why not? Pretty sure that's how this one's supposed to work. There you go. It's not good for video, and I'm not going to talk to the camera like this because I think it should be pretty obvious why I'm not going to talk to the camera like this. Also, I should probably shave my beard because not only is the my beard's probably pushing it down a little bit, but this thing's kind of small for my face. It's not going to fit very well. I don't want to really get into it, and I don't really want to, you know, tell you what you should and shouldn't do. I would argue that it's important to have these, but the most important thing for me about the masks, and the reason that I'm going to have one with me whenever I'm out, is because it's more of a respect thing. It's a way of communicating to other people that you're taking things seriously and that you're taking their health seriously. Because at the end of the day, unfortunately, we'll see how the science rules in the end, but from most of what I've been hearing, these aren't necessarily super effective at keeping you from getting sick yourself as much as they're effective at keeping you from getting other people sick if you're already sick. To my knowledge, I have not had COVID. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know what it's going to look like if I do. But the reason that I'm going to wear one of these things, even though I'm not concerned about getting anyone else sick, is just because I know that for me, it makes a difference to see other people wearing them. I know that it helps to feel like, okay, this person's taking this seriously. And I want to make sure that I communicate to other people that I am taking it seriously. So when I'm out on my bike, if I'm out in the open, if I'm going for a run, I'm probably not going to wear a mask because, well, it already barely fits. And if you add exercise to that, like it's not gonna go well, and it's not gonna stay sanitary for very long. But when I'm around people, when I go to the grocery store, or like today when I go to the doctor, I think it's really important to have a mask on to communicate again that I'm taking things seriously, but also because it does improve the odds that I don't get sick. And especially when going somewhere like the doctor's office or to the store, you're gonna come into contact with a lot of people, and it's probably a good idea to have something like this to help calm things down a little bit. So that's kind of my deal with masks. But like later, we're gonna go down to the Marais. We'll probably swing by the Peloton, see if anybody's there, and then go see my doctor who's in the Marais. At some point, I'm gonna stop and have a chat with you, and I'm not gonna do it with the mask on because see the smile or the frown, whatever's going on under the mask is kind of important for the whole video communication thing. So there's gonna be a little bit of a trade-off there. And I would just like to ask that you trust that I'm doing the best that I can to be as safe as possible. But I just wanted to let you know, I'm trying to be safe. With that, now that we have our masks and ready to go, I need to head down to see my doctor. Then tomorrow, I'm gonna be going for a walk from east to west, all the way across Paris with my buddy Oliver. For the second time, we did south to north once. We wanted to know if we could do it east to west, and we figured, you know what, why not do it now when we are finally allowed back outside and can show you what Paris looks like immediately after confinement. We will keep our distance, we won't touch each other, we won't touch other people, don't worry, we'll be safe. But we're also gonna probably wear our feet out because we haven't walked that far in months. So hopefully it goes smoothly. So make sure you stick around for that. I'm sure I'll get a little bit of footage out of that to share with you here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go hop on my bike. Seriously, this thing, I'm gonna have to order like bigger, like it doesn't fit over my, if I want it under my chin, it does that. If I want it on my nose, well, maybe shaving the beard is the right answer. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I think that should do it. Finally decided to get rid of the quarantine beard. I didn't have to get rid of all of it, but you know, if I'm gonna be at least mildly responsible, I suppose I've gotta get rid of some of it. See how the mask fits after that. I also kind of gave myself permission to take it a little bit slower, a little bit easier here. I should probably put my real microphone on because traffic. Hopefully that's better. I don't know, I still have a pretty strong sense of anxiety just coming out here. And it's better once I'm out here for sure, like getting out, getting some air, and you know, keep my space from people. But I left my house extra early so I could just take it easy and not have to, you know, crank away on the bike. And that way I could stop and check out the rabbits. I don't know if you'll be able to see them very well. There are a lot of rabbits in front of the Musée de l'Armée at Les Invalides, the Invalids, the old Veterans Hospital with the golden dome that's so beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna hop back on my bike. I'm gonna head over, say hi to Paul at the Peloton really quick, and then I'll go see my doctor and we'll see where we go from there. And we'll see what kind of weird photobombs happen behind me. I don't know that any did, but based on the look that guy just gave me, there's a good chance. The masks do remove a little bit of personality.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Shaving my beard didn't do enough. This is silly.
oh, what a joke this is.
It's still way too small, but it turns out that if you wear it upside down with a little white part on the bottom, it almost fits. At least it doesn't want to completely pull off my face, so that's great. On to my doctor's appointment and then back to hang out with those guys for a little bit. I really do like my doctor a lot. He's doing great. And I really need to get bigger masks because it's just, as I talk, it just comes right off. Oh. Hi. Can we be friends? Aww. More friend time was exactly what I needed. Doctor's office. Doctor's visitor now. It's still weird to be out here. I'm listening to this amazing podcast about how the song Wind of Change might have been written by the CIA to bring down the USSR. It's a crazy story. I love it. I'll tell you more about it at some point, I'm sure. But that's exactly what I needed. Just a little bit of friend time hanging out in front of the cafe. And I don't want to go out too much. I don't want to, I don't know. I got to figure out what the rhythms of life look like because things are weird and different and I don't know how to approach them necessarily, but approaching them is what we got to do. This is the way the world is going to be for the next couple of years in so many ways, and got to figure out how I'm going to approach it and deal with it, I guess. I'm struggling. You can tell I'm struggling to talk about it just because I haven't fully formulated even a plan of action, but I do know that I need a little bit more time with friends than I've gotten, and I also want to be wise, prudent, safe. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, it's really nice just to see the city. Okay, I got all my stuff for the walk. I'm a little bit stressed out because my phone, for whatever reason, it's done this to me before, and now I think it might just be because it's on my Pixel. I'm sorry to be blaming my Pixel for everything, but something hates me. I gotta calm down a little bit, just breathe it out, have a good attitude, and then, yeah. Oliver's about to pick me up on his scooter. I've never gotten the Oliver scooter treatment before, so we're gonna ride to our end point, grab an Uber, have that take us to our starting point, and then start walking across the city. Just had to grab my old motorcycle helmet before I went outside. Because odds are really good that Lena's helmet is not gonna fit my giant noggin. And I haven't worn this helmet in years. The outside is actually kind of sticky, which is a little bit concerning. Maybe I need a new helmet, but in the meantime, let's ride a scooter through Paris.
Can you say someone took my bike?
No. Someone stole your bike?
Someone stole it.
What is wrong with the world? I'm good. That was great. I haven't ridden on the back of a bike like that since Togo? Put this guy in there, eh?
Hopefully.
Hey, it works. All right, are you ready to go?
What? Hang on, Jay.
Yeah.
We're on the wrong side of town.
Ah, crap. Better hop in an Uber. We're running just a little late.
Don't get arrested, says Catherine Watt.
These on whenever we get into, you know, crowds of people. Keep it off when we've got space. Pop it on when we don't. But you can see it slipping off my nose already.
Are we changing here?
I think so.
So this is where we're going to change video?
I think so, yeah, but we'll good to see ya. We made it. Magically, somehow, 4 hours, a little plus, and whew,
I can't feel my hips.
it was fantastic. So we've now crossed south to north, east to west. We were pretty sure we're the only humans in human history to have done such a monstrous, monumental feat.
We should do the periphery next time.
Well, oh my, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll link to it. If you want to go, if you really want to go watch us walk for 4 hours, you're more than welcome to. I'm tired after Monday, getting out all day, and then feeling just jet lagged like crazy for a few days after that. And then like yesterday, going out all evening to live stream, I feel jet lagged again today. I'm not used to going out, apparently. Who would have seen that coming after 2 months of staying inside? Anyways, I'm gonna finish this out by going over to Pushan's place, or well, to his mom's place. They don't live very far away, and they are celebrating the launch of their new ebook. They put together a new Indian cookbook, which you may have seen my old one. I've got this one that they made a few years ago that was produced by Hachette and is only really available in France. So they finally made one in English. This one's in French. They just made one in English. It's an ebook. And you can find it at Taste of Chilindia, which I will put the Instagram handle below. And I'm sure all the links will be available there. But let's wrap it up with some delicious Indian food. And then I think I might sleep for a day or two. And so I feel like I need it. This coconut chutney is life.
Cheers.
Cheers. Congratulations, guys.
Bubbling up nicely.
Linktree, what's Linktree?
It's like this thing where you can put all your links in.
I love her cooking so much. Who needs a restaurant when you can just come here? Anyways, hope you're having a wonderful day wherever it is you are. I'm gonna sign off here and eat this because holy cow. Why am I talking to you when I could be eating? I'll see you bright and early one of these days sometime soon. And
Chili?
yeah.
It's a spicy one.
So I will take some of that then for sure.
You never pass a chili. You don't pass a chili hand to hand.